What's going on, YouTube? Today I'm going to be revisiting a video that I haven't visited or looked at in a while. I answered the first three questions a long time ago, back around December. And now I'm going to look at question number 4, and I'm going to go for it. So here it goes.
Question 4. Why does the Bible contain so much anti-scientific nonsense? You have a college degree, so you know what I'm talking about. You know how science works. You happily use the products of science every day. Your car, your cell phone, your microwave oven, your TV, your computer. These are all products of the scientific process. You know that science is incredibly important to our economy and to our lives. But there's a problem. As an educated person, you know that the Bible contains all sorts of information that's total nonsense from a scientific perspective. God did not create the world in 6 days, 6,000 years ago, like the Bible says.
Let me just pause it right there, just for a second. God did not create the world in 6 days, just like the Bible says. Okay. First off, okay, I know that we have dating techniques that seem to point at numbers which would indicate that the Earth is extremely old. Okay? I know that we have stars. Stars, being so far away, would take millions of years for the light to get to Earth. And this is not something that can easily be gotten around. The only thing that creationists such as myself can say to that is that God created them where they are. Okay? Number one, we've never actually seen stars form. Number two, what we do see is stars going supernova. They get destroyed. Over time, they get destroyed. We see one every 30 to 40 years, from what I understand, they get blown out. But we've never seen a star being formed. All we can do is point to little nebulas and clouds of dust and say, look at this, here's a star being formed right there. But as far as a star being formed, there's no way to prove that we've seen stars being formed. We've only seen them go supernova and die. The dating techniques, they are based on assumptions. First off, you find fossils in the dirt. How do you know how old the fossils are? Okay, well let's run it through a dating process. Wait a second. You can't date it with carbon-14 dating. The fossil is too old. It's not going to have enough carbon-14 left to date it accurately, unless the fossil is under a certain age, and then you find it in the rock. So let's test the rock around it. Well, okay, we get some numbers for that. All right, we got the numbers. Here they are. Here's a stack of papers with all the numbers on it. So that must mean that this rock is this old, millions of years old, right? That's only assuming that the Earth hasn't changed over the last millions of years. Okay? That's assuming that the rock isn't contaminated. That's assuming that makes several assumptions that you just can't know for a fact. Okay? What if the Earth at one point was very different from it was today? And there's a perfectly good explanation to why there's so much, to why we are getting these numbers. Why the numbers are so high, right? If the Earth is younger, then maybe the numbers shouldn't be as high. But what if they're so high because something happened to cause them to be high? Oh wait, something did happen. Noah's flood.